This is your primary dashboard on the Newline panel. From this display, we have at the top here the settings gear that we've already referenced. However, if your board ever comes out of CSD wireless and you've noticed that internet has gotten extremely slow, all you have to do is click on this wireless button. It's going to bring you to the wireless settings, and it'll show you what you're already connected to, and then it'll locate whatever additional networks are available. If for whatever reason you have connected to, say, CSD public Wi-Fi and you notice that your internet connection is slow, these boards are already pre-programmed to have access to CSD wireless. So if it does populate, all you have to do is press it, it'll reconnect, and then you'll be able to have access to your CSD wireless again. If you press one of the buttons on the side, this will bring up your side menu. The menu on the new boards does have this white dot. The menus on the traditional boards or the older boards have a light blue permanent standing option. From that, you can still press home on either the old or the current versions, and it'll bring you back to your primary dashboard. Your dashboard does have two sides to it. It has all of your applications to the left, and it has your source preview to the right. Under the left-hand side here, you'll notice that there's the option to add or remove applications. You can, on the new version, also add source inputs, any additional apps that are not there, and some quick settings options. If, for instance, I wanted to re-add the browser, all I have to do is click on the browser under apps, press the X, and it has returned. If I want to remove this browser, I press and hold. This is the screen that repopulates. I press the X, and that removes it. This browser, as we have told folks in the past, is what we refer to as a break in case of emergency browser. These Newline panels are traditionally, or I should say, are truly Amazon Fire tablets that are just oversized and on the wall. They are an Android base. So if you've ever tried to use an Android-based browser, you know that they are not ideal. They're not the best. So we strongly recommend against using that browser unless it's absolutely necessary. One of the ways that we have recommended that you kind of forget that that browser even exists is to remove it from your applications. If you remove the apps on this primary display on the previous version of the Newline panel, you won't see this plus sitting here. You'll just see 5 icons or 4 icons, depending on however many you remove. On the new version, you can see all 6 are still here. And again, in order to add something, you can either press the add there, or there is a light square here with another add button that you can press. On the right-hand side is your source preview. Again, as we discussed in the settings and talking about the technical aspect of the board, there are multiple inputs. On the current version of the boards, we have 3 HDMI inputs, 2 separate USB-C inputs, and a DisplayPort input. On the original boards, the 2 Type-C inputs are no longer there, but we do have a VGA input on there. Anything that is lit up, such as our built-in PC on this, means that there is an active session happening on that input. So for instance, if you have a presenter who is connected to one of your HDMI ports, or if you're using one of our document cameras, you would be able to see if that is active by one of these, either circular icons here, or on the other model, they are a square icon. What's nice is if you press it once inside here, you'll get your preview. And if you were to double tap that icon, it would take you to whatever the preview is. So those are your applications and your display.